Welcome back to the channel. I just picked up the Starlink Generation 3. I'm going to install it on the RV, but before I do that, I'm going to do a quick unboxing and show you what's inside. So I will mention that I purchased mine from Best Buy. I did not get it from the website. So I'm going to go through the full hookup of how to connect everything to the app and everything. But let's get it open here first and see what we have inside. Inside the box, we have the Starlink dish with the kickstand adapter, big direction sheet, shows it all how it hooks up. This is our router, and from what I have learned, the nice thing about these new routers is they have 2 Ethernet ports on them, so that's a big plus. We have our power supply with cord. Here's the end, and this is the cord that plugs into the dish. So basically that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run out to the camper and we're going to get it installed there. Okay, so we're inside the camper now. My TV entertainment center is on the driver's side. So I'm going to set up the router over here. All right, so in my camper, I have the Grand Design Imagine 2970RL. I've got this little storage area with the glass, and there is a hole for the power cable to come up, and that plugs in right behind the TV. So we're going to give that a try. Got the power adapter. Oh. Forgot this part. So all of this will sit in that cabinet. There. And before I plug the router in, I'm going to bring the dish cord in. We'll show you how to do that. So what I'm going to do for now, you see I've got the ladder up there. I'm just going to set the dish on the roof. I am going to mount it to a pole that's going to hook to the ladder there, but I'll do that in a different video. So I'm going to climb up there and set the dish up there, get it plugged in. All right, so to put the cord in, you just lift up the kickstand and plug it in right there. Make sure that it is plugged in good, that it's not a loose connection, because I've heard that that will cause problems. This is the type of connection here. It's the same on both ends. So we're gonna throw this dish up on the roof and connect it up. Spot here. That's pretty sturdy for the time being, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about it blowing off or falling. So we'll head down, connect it to the router. Okay, so like I said, this is the Grand Design Imagine 2970RL. I've got this kitchen area slide. I'm going to bring it in just a little bit so I can slip the cord in through the seal. that should be good. Now let's go outside and feed it through. All right, so here's the seal on the slide, and we're just gonna push this wire through till it gets inside. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in this case. I've got the wire in there. It's probably not gonna stay like this, but just to test it out. So we're going to plug the dish in. You'll feel it snap, make sure it's in there secure. And we'll get the power cable and plug that in. And we've got a light on. So let's head back to the app and see what we need to do next. Okay, so we're outside by the camper. I have the Starlink app opened. We'll click on Start Setup. And the standard. Confirm that. And we have a clear view of the sky. And right now we just have the kickstand. So we're going to continue with the kickstand. Now it wants us to plug in the Starlink and the router. And Starlink paired successfully. Your phone is connected to Starlink. Next, let's get your Starlink connected to the internet and optimize your setup. Continue there. All right, now it's going to see if it needs any adjustments. It is facing north on the camper. So let's see. We're going to head outside just in case we need to do any adjustments to it. All in all, so far, this is a pretty painless procedure. Obviously, I did a little pre-planning before I picked it up to figure out where I was going to put it and how I was going to run the wire. See how long it takes to do all this. This just has all the settings there. Okay, so got the system installed, went on the app to get the service. Again, I went with the Roam, $150 a month. And I will tell you, and I've heard this and I've read online to order straight from Starlink because it makes the whole setup process easier. That I do not think is a lie. I have nothing to compare it to, but I know buying it from Best Buy and coming home and trying to set it up on my own, it took a long time. It seemed like the app didn't want to load, even on my home Wi-Fi. It didn't want to send the information. So I was on my phone for quite some time trying to set up the subscription to the Roam package. So little heads up there. Like I said, I have nothing to compare it to as far as purchasing it directly from Starlink and already having the account in place, but it took a little bit of time. The whole setup itself was fairly fast. It was just the subscription, ordering that took a while. But now I'm going to show you speed test. I'm going to show, I used to use a T-Mobile home Wi-Fi, and I'm going to compare the two, the T-Mobile between the Starlink, to give you a little idea of what is better. Okay, so here we are, as you can see, attached to or connected to the Starlink. We'll give it a speed test here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that. And we have a 37 millisecond ping. Upload is at 190, or sorry, download is at 190. Let's see where our upload is. It looks like we're holding at about 10, which is pretty good. So that was Starlink, 37 millisecond ping, download 190, upload 10.4. Okay, so now I'm hooked up to the T-Mobile home internet, which I have been using, and we'll see what kind of speeds we get from that. And I really, 39 millisecond ping, and I really haven't had too many problems with the T-Mobile. I have run into a couple occasions where I wasn't able to get a signal. So, but as you can see, the download right now, we're at 23.1 download, which is a big difference from the Starlink. Upload is, wow, upload's really bad. 3.7, 3.4 now. Upload 4.31. So we have a 39 millisecond ping, download of 23.1, and upload of 4.31. Now again, anywhere you go, this is going to depend on your location. I have gotten better speeds from the T-Mobile. I'm parked at my house right now, but with the Starlink, there are no obstructions. There's no trees. I do have some houses and that around me, but it's got a pretty clear view of the north sky, so I'm happy with that. So all in all, pretty impressed with the speeds that I'm getting parked in the driveway, but as we use the camper with it, I'll update everyone on how it's doing. But even out here in the driveway, leaps and bounds above the T-Mobile, which we have been using. So hopefully this will pay off. It's not cheap. You can pause it for times you're not using it. What they'll do is, if you pause it, they'll complete your billing cycle, and then the next billing cycle will be paused, and same thing starting it up. So for the winter months, if we're not using the camper, it's nice to pause it. That way you don't have to pay it, so you're saving a little bit of money there. Again, Starlink Generation 3, the Roam subscription, which is $150 a month. The Starlink kit was $499. I bought it at Best Buy. It's the same price at Home Depot and online. So I am going to do an install. I'm going to mount it to the ladder with a pole. I haven't gotten all the parts yet, so I haven't been able to do that. But I will do a video on the install for the pole, hopefully clean it up a little nicer, make it look a little bit better. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.